ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रीशङ्कराचार्यनवावतारं विश्वेश्वरं विश्वगुरुं प्रणम्य वेदान्तशास्त्रश्रवणालसानां बोधाय कुर्वे कमपि प्रबन्धम्। तत्पदार्थ and त्वम पदार्थ, their nirupanam, explanation is being given here, and it was said that the vachyartha of tat and tvam and lakshyartha of tat and tvam all will be known only through shruti pramana. And that's why Bhagavan, our Madhusudan Saraswati ji, gave quotations for each of them. Srishtyadi, Srishti Sthiti Laya Karanam Jagataha is the Vachyartha of Tatpada. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is Lakshyartha of Tatpada. Jagrat Swapna Shushupti Avastha Abhimani is Vachyartha of Tvam-pada, and Buddhi Vrittinam Sakshi, Ahankarasya Sakshi, Ekaha Salilaha, Salila Eko Drashta, Salila means Shuddha, that Brahadaranyaka quotation, and Asango hi ayam Purushaha, so he is Asanga. All these are Tvam-pada Lakshyartha Vakyas. And Na drashter drashtaram pashyehe, this Vakya says that this Atma Sakshi never becomes Drishya, because he is the Drashta of the Drashti. Drashta, Drashtaram of the Drashti. Drashtehe is also Shashti Vibhakti, sixth case. So this is the Lakshyartha. Now we saw this already. Just one point that I wanted to make, that Mahamatsya Drashtanta is given, right? The big fish. So what is indicated there, that Mahamatsya Ubhe Kule Anusancharati, there Purvam cha Aparam cha, east coast, west coast. This Mahamatsya is only one. So there is one moving from one coast to another. So Jagrat Avastha Abhimani, Swapna Avastha Abhimani, Sushupti Avastha Abhimani, they are not different. It is one alone. But it is so big that it can go from one to the other and people may not recognize it. Just like we don't remember or we don't think that the one who had Jagrad Avastha alone had the Swapna Avastha, alone had the Sushupti Avastha, unless we think about it through Shastra. And when it was said that how that Mahamatsya is Swachanda Chari, So that Swachandachari, there we should understand that as far as Shuddha Chaitanya is concerned, it is Swachanda, it is free. Means it is not affected by the objects of Jagrad Avastha or Swapna Avastha, or it is not affected by the Ajnanam of Sushupti Avastha. That is the Swachanda Charanam. For example, if the fish, the example given here is fish. So if the fish is on east coast, it sees everything on east coast. But then as it starts moving towards west, does it take anything from east coast? No. Right? Like that, this Chaitanya Jiva also, while I am in Jagrat, all objects are there, relations are there, everything is there. When I go to Swapna, I don't take anything from Jagrat. Something new is available. Then when I leave Swapna and again go to Jagrat or again go to Sushupti, nothing of Swapna comes. So in this, Asangatva is there and Swachanda Charitva is there. That much we should understand. So we were now starting the fourth topic, and that fourth topic I said is Lakshana. Tena Prathamam Moolam. Second line, fifth page. Tena Prathamam Avantar Vakyebhyo Anubhutayoho Shuddhayoho Jiva Brahmanoho Tattvamashyadi Vakye मुख्यार्थ अन्वय अनुपपत्तेर लक्षणया निर्विकल्पक स्मरणोपपत्ति ही. दिस वाक्य we were seeing. So avantar vakya means those sentences which reveal vachyartha, they are called avantar vakya. Avantar vakyebhyo anubhutayoho shuddhayoho Jiva Brahmanoho. So, not only Vachyartha and Lakshyartha, but not Mahavakya. Avantar Vakya means Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is Avantar Vakya. Yato Vaimani Bhutani Jayante is also Avantar Vakya. Yoyam Vijnanamaya Praneshu Rudyantar Jyotihi Purushaha is also Avantar Vakya. Avantar Vakya means they talk about either Tatpada or Tvampada and Vachyartha or Lakshyartha. So, Prathamam Avantar Vakyebhyo Anubhutayoho Shuddhayoho Jiva Brahmanoho. So, Jiva, what is the Shuddha nature of Jiva? Means Lakshyartha. And what is the Shuddha nature of Brahma? Which is also Lakshyartha. One is Tvampada Lakshyartha, Shuddha Jiva, and Shuddha Brahma is Tatpada Lakshyartha. Now, today, just pay little more attention. I know every time you pay good attention, but today you will have to pay little more attention because the topic is little. Up till now, everything was easy. Here, we need to think a little bit more. When I say Gangayam Nauka, there is a boat in Gangaji. So in that Vakya, boat in Ganga, Ganga Shabda has Shakti. It is called Shakti of the Pada. We saw in the earlier session. And it reveals the Jala Pravaha, the flow of the water. Ganga Shabda by Shakti reveals Jala Pravaha, the moving water. And in that Nauka, a river, a boat is possible. So I can say Gangayam Nauka and Vachyartha is very clear and there is no problem. When I say Gangayam Ghoshaha, so this you have heard at least 100 times by now. Gangayam Ghosha. And what do we do in this Vakya? We take, what do we do? Jahal Lakshana. Because the Vakya Gangayam Ghosha by itself does not make any sense, because Ganga Shabda, the Shakti of Ganga Shabda is in Pravaha, in the flowing water, and in flowing water, a house or a kutia or a small town with 3-4 houses cannot stand. It will all be washed out in the flooding. Therefore, we have to say through Lakshana, Ganga Shabda will refer to Tira. So, Tire Ghosha. Instead of Gangayam Ghosha, Tire Ghosha, and it is understood it is Ganga Tire Ghosha. So, what I did, I applied Lakshana. When I use Lakshana, the meaning of the word Tira, was it already known to me or not? This is the question. Tir was not known. It is known. Tira, you know what is the bank of Ganga, right? That Tira Shabda means what? That you know. Vachyartha Shabda. Tira as a Shabda by itself. You know the meaning of that word. You know what is the meaning of Ganga? You know. You know what is the meaning of the word Ghata? You know what is the meaning of the word Tira? So you know what is the meaning of the word Tira. Vachyartha of Tira, you already know. When you hear the word Gangayam Ghosha, you apply Lakshana to Ganga Pada. But when Lakshana is applied, that Lakshana indicates something which is associated with Ganga. That's why Lakshana definition is Shakya Sambandho Lakshana. Shakya Sambandha. So Shakti is in Ganga Pravaha. Associated with that, you have to find Lakshana in that. Shakya Sambandha. So Tir Pada is already known to you. Otherwise, outside of this context, you already know Tira. Then only when you have to do Lakshana of Ganga, you understand, okay, he is talking about Tira, and you understand the meaning because Tira is already known. Let us say, from Gangayam Ghosha, if you have to do Lakshana, and Ganga Pada should be replaced by Sira, not Tira, Ganga Tira, Sira. Now, what will be your first question? What is Sira? You can't do Lakshana in something which is already not known. Understood this or not? Lakshana has to be done only in a known pada. For example, another one you take. Shono Dhavati. Red is running. Right? So in red is running, we know red is a guna. Guna cannot run. Guna cannot have kriya. Kriya will be always be in, where will be dravya? Kriya will be in dravya. It will not be in guna. So, when it is said, red is running, shono dhavati, you will have to add something which is dravya, where this guna is residing and where this dhavana kriya is possible. So, I can say, shono parvataha dhavati. Shono parvato dhavati or shonaha parvato dhavati. Parvat and dhavati cannot go together. Shono, Agni also can be there. Shono Agni dhavati. Agni cannot run. So dhavati will go in that dravya which is capable of running. Now, through Ajahal Lakshana, I add the word, he is talking about Ashvaha. So, Shono Ashva Dhavati. That is true. But do you already know the meaning of the word Ashva or not? Then only you can do Lakshana. If you already don't know what is Ashva, then again you will say, what is this Ashva? So, whenever we do Lakshana, where the Lakshana is happening, that should already be known. So, through Avantar Vakya, now you see this sentence. Prathamam Avantar Vakyebhyo Anubhutayoho Shuddhayoho Jiva Brahmanoho. This Shuddha Jiva means Tvam-pada Lakshyartha and Shuddha Brahma Tat-pada Lakshyartha, both of these, through Avantar Vakya, when they are known, before I do Tattvamasi Mahavakya and there I do Jahad Ajahal Lakshana, Nirguna Brahma or Shuddha Chaitanya, the Lakshyartha of Tvam-pada and Tat-pada, they should be already known to me. Then only I can do Lakshana. Just as for Ganga, Tira word is already known. Ashwa is already known. Like that, I already should know what is Shuddha Chaitanya and I already should know Shuddha Brahma. So then, Tattvamasyadi Vakye Mukhyartha Anvaya Anupapattehe, when Mukhyartha Anvaya does not take place. Mukhyartha Anvaya will not take place. Why? Because the Tattvamasi Mahavakya is talking about Tat Padartha, which is Srishti Sthiti Laya Karanam, and Tvam Padartha, which is Jagradadi Avasthavan. So, the one who has Jagradadi Avastha, the Tvam-pada Vishishta Artha, and the one who is Jagat Utpatti Sthiti Laya Karanam, Tat-pada Vishishta Artha, they both cannot be one and the same. So, in the Vachyartha of Tat-pada and Tvam-pada, Abheda is not possible. Therefore, we have to do Lakshana. And that Lakshana is possible only, so because we will say, okay, let us do Lakshana, and which Lakshana we will do? Bhagatyaga Lakshana. So through Bhagatyaga Lakshana we say Shuddha Chaitanya equals Nirvikalpa Brahma. So Shuddha Chaitanya is Tvam-pada Lakshyartha, Nirvikalpa Brahma is Tat-pada Lakshyartha. If they are not already known, you cannot do Lakshana. So here, Madhusudan Saraswati ji says that they are already known. Okay? And how? Nirvikalpaka Smarana Upapattihi. So, we will come to that. First, let us complete this part where we are in Tika. So, in Tika it is said, that is where we were. Satyam Jnanam Yoyam Vijnanama Ityadi Bhe Ityarthaha. These are the Avantar Vakyas. Shuddhayoho Jiva Brahmano Riti. Asya Smaranopapatti Riti Atra Anvayaha. So, Nirvikalpa Smaranopapatti means Asya Nirvikalpasya Smarana Upapattihi. This Nirvikalpaka Vastu is already known. So then it is recollected. Smaranam means Smriti is Sanskar Matra Janya Jnanam Smriti. So you are recollecting it. Smarane Hetuhu Lakshanaya iti. Now in Smarana, what is the Hetu? Lakshana. and Lakshana is what? Lakshana cha Shakya Sambandha. So Shakya Sambandho Lakshana. Lakshana is always Shakya. Shakya means Vachyartha. Remember, there where Shabda Shakti is there, that Padartha is called Shakya. Shakya Sambandha Lakshana. Lakshanayam Hetuhu Mukhyartha Anvaya Anupapatya iti. In the Lakshana, what is the Hetu? When Mukhyartha Anvaya does not take place, then only you take Lakshana. So that is okay. Now further in Tika. Tattvamasi iti atra. So what I explained, now little bit of that elaboration is coming here in Tika. Tattvamasi iti atra tattvam padarthayor abhedena anvayah pratiyate. In Tattvamasi Mahavakya, in Tat and Tvam Padartha, Abhedena Anvaya, because Asi is there, so it is indicating oneness, Abheda between the two. Abhedeno Anvaya Pratiyat. Such a Tattvam Pada Vachyarthayoho na sambhavati. So that Abheda Anvaya is not possible between Tat and Tvam Pada Vachyartha. Tattvam Pada Vachyarthayoho Abhedena Anvaya na sambhavati. Why? Avasthavato jivasya jagat janmadi kartrutva ayogat. The avasthavan jiva becoming the karta of jagat janmadi is not possible. So this is simple. This you have already studied. Avasthavato jivasya jagat janmadi kartrutva ayogat. Evam cha, and therefore you have to take lakshana. And what is that? Evam cha shabda pramanena. See this vakya. Shabda pramanena purvam anubhutasya shuddha chaitanyasya atra sanskar dwara smarane sati sa smriti vishayi bhutorthaha shakya sambandhatvat lakshanaya grihyate iti bhavaha. Shabda pramana like Gangayam Ghosha or Shono Dhavati also, Shabda Pramanena, what will happen? Purvam Anubhutasya. Earlier, you should have already experienced what they are saying to apply Lakshana. So that is what is said here. In Tattvamasi Mahavakya, Shabda Pramanena Purvam Anubhutasya Shuddha Chaitanyasya Atra Samskar Dwara Smarane Sati. So, Shuddha Chaitanya is already Purvam Anubhuta. Through Samskara, I do Smaranam. Means because it is already there in Samskara, I do Smaranam. Smarane Sati, Saha Smriti Vishayo, ya Vishayi Bhuto Artha. That Smriti Vishayi Bhuta, that which becomes the object of the Smaranam, Smriti Vishayi Bhutortha, Shakya Sambandhatvat Lakshanaya Grihyate. When there is Shakya Sambandha. So Shakya Sambandhatvat, through the Vachyartha, when there is Sambandha, so through that Lakshana it is known. Lakshanaya Grihyate iti bhavaha. So this Vakya is clear. Now the question is, where did I experience Shuddha Chaitanya? Have I experienced Shuddha Chaitanya? Because Smriti is only Yaya Smritihi Sa Anubhava Purvika. All Smritis have to have Anubhava prior to that. So, only when something is experienced, then you are able to recollect it. You can't recollect what you have not experienced. So if somebody says, how was Advait Siddhi class yesterday? So what will you say? Because there is no experience, so there is no recollection. Those things which we experience also we are not able to recollect. what to talk of that which is not experienced? So, what is said here is that Shuddha Chaitanyam is already Purvam Anubhutam. And Samskara Smaranam has to take place. So, when is it experienced? That is the next sentence in the Moolam, Sushuptau. That in Sushupti it is experienced. And that's why Arjuna says in Bhagavad Gita, Nashto Mohaha Smritir Labdha. I have regained my Smriti. Now they will ask, Smriti means it was already known. So known when? Where? So Smriti means this Atma Tattva was already known to me, which I understood through Vedanta, that in Sushupti, I am that Nirvikalpa Brahma. Means Sushupti is a Drashtanta for Nirvikalpa Brahma. Or it is an indicator, you can say. Because at that time, Sakshi is there. Sakshi alone is there. There is no Vishesha. There is no Karya Prapancha, and Karana Prapancha is Avyakta. So, that I have to recollect. That is what is called Smaranam of Shuddha Chaitanya. Now, here there is a Purvapaksha. Big Purvapaksha is there, Nanu. So far, I think it is clear, right? Because in Sushupti Avastha, something which I have experienced, that alone I can recollect. And what I have experienced, it will come now. So here, Purvapaksha says, Nanu Tattvamasi ityatra Nirvishesha Brahmano Lakshanaya Bodho Astu Nama. He says, through Tattvamasi Mahavakya, in that Nirvishesha Brahma is known through Lakshana. Nirvishesha Brahmano Bodha Lakshanaya Astu Nama. Let it be there. I don't have any problem. Kintu Tadartham Saha Nirvishesha Brahma Rupo Arthaha Purvam Satyam Jnanam iti Vakyad Avagata iti Yaduchyate. You said that this Lakshanaya, whatever Bodha takes place, it should have been already known. So, Tadartham Saha Nirvishesha Brahma Rupo Artha, how it should be known? Is a Purvam Satyam Jnanam iti Vakyad Avagata iti Yaduchyate. Satatra Shaktya Avagamyate Lakshanayava. Was that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Brahma of the Nirvikalpaka Brahma there, was it known through Vachyartha of Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, or was it known through Lakshyartha of Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma? This is the Purvapaksha. Okay, Purvapaksha is clear. What is the Purvapaksha? Purvapaksha is saying that you said we can do Lakshana in that thing which is already known otherwise. Right? So, Tattvamasi Mahavakya has to do Lakshana and reveal Nirguna Brahma. Which means Nirguna Brahma was already known otherwise. So, if Nirguna Brahma was Nirguna Nirvishesha Brahma was already known otherwise, that Nirvishesha Brahma, was it known through Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Vakyas Vachyartha, or was it known through Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma's Lakshyartha? This is the question. Now, we are not answering. He himself says there are two vikalpas, right? Vachyartha or Lakshyartha. Shaktya means through Vachyartha and Lakshanaya means Lakshyartha. Now he himself says, Na Adya. It is not possible to know through Vachyartha. and then he will say it is also not possible to know through Lakshyartha. Then how will you say I know Nirguna Brahma to begin with? Nirvishesha Brahma is not even known. How can you do Lakshana in that? Na Adyaha. Adyaha is what? What is the first Vikalpa? So what is the word used here in the Tika in that Pankti? Shaktya. Shaktya na avagamyate. Na Adya means Shaktya na avagamyate. Why? Not through Vachyartha. Why? Shaktyaartha bodhasya Shaktyaavachedaka prakarakatva avasyam bhavena Shaktya nirvishesha shuddha chaitanya bodhanupapattehe is the hetu. Whenever any Vachyartha is used or this Shaktyartha is used, Shaktyartha bodhasya Shaktyavachedaka prakarakatva avasyam bhavena. It will always have Shakti avachedaka prakaraka. Prakaraka means Visheshana. Prakaraka means Visheshana. So, Shakti avachedaka Visheshana will be there. Through that alone, a Vachyartha will be known. Like Neelam Mahat Sugandhi Utpalam. So you don't have to do Lakshana. There is a Vachyartha, and that Vachyartha reveals the Vishaya. Or Goho, cow. Gau Shabda if you take, so you understand cow. Ghataha, you understand pot, right? Yes or no? So when you understand cow or pot, what does that word do? It eliminates other objects. When you say Ghataha, means it is not Pataha, it is not Gau, it is not Lekhani, it is not Pustakam, it is not Pushpam. That is what is called Ghataha. So, it already has some Avachedaka. Avachedaka means delimiter, that which is conditioning it as the Visheshanam. Shakyata Avachedaka Prakarakatva Avasyam Bhavena. It has to be there. Avachedaka, other example used by Nyaya Darshan is the monkey on a tree. So, Kapi Sanyoga is Vrikshavachedena or Moolavachedena. So, if it is Moola Avachedena Kapi Sanyoga means the monkey is sitting at the root of the tree. And Vrikshavachedena means monkey is sitting on a branch of a tree. So, Kapi Sanyoga is there. But in one Moola Avacheda means the Avachedaka is Moolam, and in the other Avachedaka is the branch of a tree. So they are different. So anytime there is Shaktyaartha Bodha, Vachyartha, Shaktyaartha Bodhasya Shakyata Avachedaka Prakarakatva Avasyam Bhavena, that Avachedaka Visheshana has to be there. And therefore, through Shakti, Shaktya means through Vachyartha, Nirvishesha Shuddha Chaitanya Bodha Anupapatte. Nirvishesha Shuddha Chaitanya Bodha is never possible through Vachyartha, even in case of Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So if Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma through Vachyartha cannot reveal Brahma, Nirvikalpaka Brahma, because it always has some Visheshana. And therefore, Nirvishesha Shuddha Chaitanya Bodha is not possible through Vachyartha. Then you say, okay, through Lakshyartha. So now, what is the challenge? I think you already might have grasped it. In order to understand Tattvamasi Mahavakya, I have to do Lakshana. For doing that Lakshana, and arriving at Nirvishesha Brahma, Shuddha Chaitanya, I should have already known Nirvishesha Brahma through some other Vakya. That other Vakya will have either Vachyartha or Lakshyartha. So we said Vachyartha is not possible. We means Purvapakshi said Vachyartha is not possible. So what is remaining is Lakshyartha. Now through that Vakya, if you have to do Lakshyartha of Nirguna Brahma, then that Nirguna Brahma should have been already known through some other means. Then only you can do Lakshana. Correct? You all understood or not? This is such a fascinating topic. This is in the beginning itself. We are only in the early stage of this is all introduction. First shloka has not even come yet of Dasha Shloki. So, na dvitiyaha. Why? Because anyatra grihito hi artho lakshanika pade shakyartha sambandhena upasthito laksho bhavati. What you are going to use for lakshana as a shakyartha sambandha, a lakshana, somewhere else through shakyartha sambandha it should be already known. That only can become lakshana in this case. For example, tirapada. So tirapada is already known. Then you can use that tirapada as lakshana in Gangapada. If tirapada is not known, it will never become a lakshana for Gangapada. Clear? So you will also notice that these things are not discussed in majority of the earlier texts, right? We take it for granted that Tattvamasi Mahavakya is there and Tat is revealing Nirguna Brahma, Tvam is revealing Nirguna Brahma, Aikya, and over. So now here it is said, Anyatra grihito hi artho lakshanika pade shakyartha sambandhena upasthito laksho bhavati. Tathacha, and so, yatha satyam jnanam iti vakyat grihito nirvishesha brahma rupo artha tattvamasi iti atra shakyartha sambandhena upasthito lakshyah तथा अन्यस्मात् कस्मादपि श्रुति वाक्यात् गृहीतो निर्विशेष ब्रह्म रूपो अर्थ सत्यम ज्ञानम इति अत्र उपस्थितो लक्ष्य स्यात्. So if for Tattvamasi Mahavakya to do Lakshana and reveal Nirvikalpa Brahma, if you say that is already known through Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, and in that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma it should be only known through Lakshana, then to apply Lakshana of Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, it should have been already known through some other Shruti Vakya as Lakshana of that. Right? This sentence is such a nice one. Yatha Satyam Jnanam iti Vakyat Grihito Nirvishesha Brahma Rupo Arthaha Tattvamasi iti atra Shakyartha Sambandhena Upasthito Lakshyaha. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma reveals Nirvishesha Brahma. That I want to use for Tattvamasi Mahavakya and as Lakshana. So you say, but for Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma to reveal Nirvishesha Brahma, you will need another Shruti Vakya. Anyasmat Kasmadapi Shruti Vakyat Grihito Nirvishesha Brahma Rupartha. Some other Shruti Vakya that should first apply, that should reveal Nirvishesha Brahma. Then I already know Nirvishesha Brahma. Then I will use that as a Lakshya Artha for Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So Nirvishesha Brahma Rupo Artha Satyam Jnanam iti atra upasthito Lakshya Syat. And then that Vakya, for that Vakya, again, will it be revealing through Vachyartha or Lakshyartha? So if it is Vachyartha, same problems. Because Vachyartha requires Avachedaka. So it will always be, Avachedaka means conditioning. So that will be always conditioned consciousness. It will never be unconditioned. It will be Avachinna, not Niravachinna. यस्माच्च वाक्यात् सो अर्थो गृहीतः स्यात् तस्मिन् अपि वाक्ये सो अर्थो पुनः किं शक्त्या लक्षणया वा गृहीत इति. Again in that vakya you will have the same question, whether that vakya reveals it through Shakti or Lakshana. And you say Shakti, it cannot reveal, and Lakshana, then Vikalpe Anavasthaiva Syat. You will have Anavastha dosha, infinite regress. Ityaha. Understood this much? This is Purvapaksha. From Nanu to this point, it was all Purvapaksha. So now answer is given, Sushuptaviti. Now you see in the Moolam. Sushuptau, is this clear or not? Yes or no? So, what we are saying is, Nirvikalpa Brahma is known through direct experience. But direct experience in the form of Aham in Sushupti, without any Karana, as Aham. But it is not known. It is Anubhuta, but it is not known. But when I wake up, then I say, Sukham Aham Aswapsam Na Kinchid Avedisham. So this Vakya you see, Sushuptau in Moolam. Sushuptau Nirvikalpaka Sakshi Chaitanya Anubhava Angikaracha. In Sushupti, Nirvikalpaka Sakshi Chaitanya Anubhava is there. Why it is Nirvikalpaka? Because there are no Vikalpas. There is no Drashta, Drishya, Darshana or Pramata, Pramana, Prameya. This kind of Vikalpas are not there. Therefore it is Nirvikalpaka. So what should happen, when we hear Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi should tell me through Bhagatyaga Lakshana, oh, they are talking about Nirvikalpa Brahma. I am Nirvikalpa Brahma. Now, what is that Nirvikalpa Brahma? Immediately that question should come. So, that which I have, which is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, through Shruti Vakya, but that which I always experience when I go to deep sleep. That is Nirvikalpa Brahma. Where there are no Vikalpas, where there is no Desha, Kala, Yatha Sushupto. So, Desha, Kala, Vastu is not there, no Parichedas are there, Pramata, Pramana, Prameya, Triputi is not there. That is Nirvikalpaka. That Nirvikalpaka Sakshi Chaitanya Anubhava is there. That is accepted by all. Because you can't say there is a Vikalpa. Of course, Vikalpas are in Laya Avastha. They are Avyakta. That's why we are not realized by just going to Sushupti. So, Nirvikalpaka Sakshi Chaitanya Anubhava Angikaracha. Now, see Tika for that part. Tathacha Sushupta Anubhuto Nirvishesha Brahma Rupo Artho Lakshanaya Satyam Jnanam iti Vakye Upasthito Bhavati. Sushuptau Anubhuto, in Sushupti, that which is experienced, what Nirvishesha Brahma Rupa Artha, that is Lakshanaya Satyam Jnanam iti Vakye Upasthito Bhavati. So when somebody says Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, then what should happen? Because no, Brahma is Avachya. So Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Vachyartha is not Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Lakshyartha is Brahma. So Lakshyartha means, what is it indicating? So then this should happen. Sushuptau Anubhuto Nirvishesha Brahma Rupo Artho Lakshanaya Satyam Jnanam iti Vakye Upasthito Bhavati. I should recollect my Sushupti Anubhava and say, oh, this Nirvikalpa Brahma is called Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. This is what should happen. Now you see, this never happens unless teacher tells us. Correct? At least it never happened in my case. I don't know, maybe in your case it might have happened. Means unless Because when we hear Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, immediately that connection should go. Oh, this is that where there is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. So there is no Deshakala Vastu Paricheda. It is Abadhyam. It is Jnana Swarupam, Jnana Matram. Advityam. Atha Satyam, Jnanam iti atra Lakshanam vina Shaktyaeva Nirvishesha Brahma Pratipadanam Bhavishyati iti Pakshantaramaha. And there is another Paksha, then he talks about Advitiya Brahma Vijignyapayishaya Pravruttana. Now before we proceed, I will just mention something because that second part we will have to do in the next session. In Sushupti, Sakshi Chaitanya Nirvikalpaka Sakshi Chaitanya is there and its Anubhava is there. This Sakshi Chaitanya in Sushupti, if it is like Sakshi Nirvikalpaka, then what is the difference between Sushupti and Mukti? If you are saying that in Sushupti, Nirvikalpaka Sakshi Chaitanya Anubhava is there. This is the question. So Sushupti, Avidya is there, in Mukti, Jnanam is there. So what that means is that Vishwa and Taijasa, we know Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna. These three are Avastha Vishishta Chaitanya. So Chaitanya gets these names when conditioned by Avastha. Avastha Vishishta Chaitanya. Vishwa and Taijasa, they are conditioned by Karya and Karana. Karya Upadhi is also there, Karana Upadhi is also there. Karya Karana Baddhau to Baddhau ta Vishvete Vishva Taijasau. Karya Karana Baddhau ta Vishyete Vishva Taijasau. Vishwa and Taijasa, they are bound by Karya also and Karana also. Karana means Avidya. Karya means Adhyasa. Karana means Agrahana. Karya means Anyathagrahana. So, Vishwa and Taijasa will have both Agrahana, Anyathagrahana. Karya Karana Baddhautau Ishyete Vishwa Taijasa. Prajnah Karana Baddhastu Dvautau Turya na Siddhyataha. Prajna is Karana Baddha. So, in Sushupti, Prajna, the experiencer, if you call, then he is Karanabadha. Who? Experiencer. Because when it is said, Sakshi Chaitanya Anubhava, so who is the Anubhava Karta? Because when I wake up, I say, Sukham Aham Aswapsam Na Kinchid Avedisham. So Prajna is there in Sushupti. In fact, Sushupti Avastha Abhimani is called Prajna. So then, that Prajna is present and is bound by Avidya. That's why we say, Tamo Vibhuta Sukharupameti. In Kaivalya it is said, in Sushupti is Tamo Vibhuta. So in Sushupti, Chaitanya Anubhava is there, and in other granthas also it is said that this Chaitanya is when experienced. How it is experienced? Through avidya vritti. Because there is no antakaranam. So how are you going to experience? Through avidya vritti. Ishvara and Prajna. Prajneshwarau. Avidya vrittibihi atyanta ati sukshmabhihi. Ananda vrittibihi. Avidya vrittibihi anandam anubhavatah. They are experiencing ananda. In Vedanta Sara, that is presented, if you want, I will just tell you the Vakya and we can complete it here. It comes in the earlier part of Vedanta Sara, and of course it comes in Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sara Sangra also. तदानीम् एतौ ईश्वरप्राज्ञौ चैतन्यदीप्ताभिः और चैतन्य प्रदीप्ताभिः अतिसूक्ष्माभिः अज्ञानवृत्तिभिः आनन्दम् अनुभवतः आनन्दभुक् चेतोमुखः प्राज्ञः इति श्रुतेः सुखमहम् अस्वाप्सं न किञ्चिदवेदिशम् इति उत्थितस्य परामर्शोपपत्तेश्च. सो आनन्दभुक् चेतोमुखः प्राज्ञः, that time the ananda is experienced through chaitanya pradiptabhihi ati sukshmabhihi ajnanavritti is there, and through that prajna experiences and Ishvara. At Vyashti level prajna, at samashti level Ishvara, they are the ananda anubhava karta. So this is a topic, something to dwell upon. It is interesting. We will leave it here. Tomorrow we'll see the next hetu. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punaha Punaha. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.